cautious language used by Mr. Sunak this evening at the Lord Mayor's banquet with respect to China is in marked contrast to the extraordinarily abrasive language chosen by Liz Truss during her leadership contest and in the few weeks when she had the keys to number 10. This egregious attacking of another country simply because it was there is wrong. Our job is to find solutions, not to create problems. And I think it's quite right that China poses a systemic challenge. And I don't think it's right to immediately see that as an automatic threat, or at least not one that should be vocalized. I think China poses, from my point of view, an opportunity to redefine the terms on which we do business and redefine the way in which our diplomacy works and how we judge it to be efficacious. I think we could do the same sort of thing in many other countries around the world, and I think we should have done it long ago with respect to Russia. Russia was a failing country really from 2011 when President Putin came back to power. And the mandarins in Russia that allowed him to get back into the presidential palace and back into control after Medvedev's term were mistaken. From that point, Mr. Putin has drifted into madness. The sort of madness that we can see quite clearly in the latter days of many of the great statesmen around the world through history, starting with Marius, back in the days before Julius Caesar. Great power brings with it the potential for corruption and for catastrophe. It's too much for one mind to contain, and a mind which fails to see a division between self and public image, a mind which fails to recognize the theatricality of the office, which Putin clearly fails. And Mrs. Thatcher, though she did take advice about the theatricality of the office, she could not divorce herself from that office, and therefore she fell into serious error and the chance of basic madness, as did Blair to a certain extent. Big power comes with big catastrophe, and it attacks the mind, and Putin's mind, God knows where it's gone, but it's not doing its job. And Putin is just at the top of a little pyramid of power-hungry people. Medvedev foolishly thinks that by making the same noises, he stands a chance of crawling back on top of that pyramid. Medvedev actually held power, held it quite well, and should be grateful that he acquitted himself on the world stage with a certain amount of dignity. But he's not cut out to be another Putin, and he shouldn't see himself in such terms. What we need after Putin is a dove. The Hebrew for dove is Jonah.